Welcome back. 9:14. New this morning, a test that is helping to build some of the top teams in the nation, also developing athletes of the future.
The news station's Dana J explains.
He's in! Patriots win the Super Bowl!
How do you build a team that consistently wins the Super Bowl?
The 1-2 again. Inside corner. The Royals, 2015 World Champions.
Or put together a roster that goes to the World Series twice in 5 years on a fraction of the budget of other ball clubs. Yeah, you need really good athletes, but those players need to have really good heads on their shoulders too.
He resembled a lot of teams from the past that had a lot of mental toughness.
Like New England Patriots quarterback Tom Brady, whose story goes, okay athlete picked low in the draft on purpose, because Coach Bill Belichick knew something other coaches didn't.
He was already incredibly mentally tough, strong composure, the ability to bounce back when things go wrong, the ability to bounce back without any trouble, and he had these in spades.
Brady had taken a test that's now available for free online from AthleteTypes, based here in Central Florida. Their roster includes Sterling Bates and Dr. Robert Troutwine, who worked with Belichick all those years ago. It scores mental toughness, and now that it's online, Bates says coaches from college on down are using it to develop their athletes.
Many top experts say that 90% of sports is mental.
It took about 25 minutes for me to take the test, made up mostly of questions that take stock of personality. There's also puzzle solving and concentration exercises. And in the end, coaches get to learn what kind of mental athletes they're working with.
There's many qualities that have both a positive and a negative side, and we need just to understand who they are as a person.
My type, trailblazer. Similar traits to quarterbacks Cam Newton or Tim Tebow. An important connection for young athletes.
It's almost like being able to have a role model, but a role model that fits them in a way that's not just randomly picked, but we know that role model is very similar to how they think.
Bates and company hope their test will help coaches build teams that win championships and individuals who win the game we all play.
Help them become better people, develop the mental skills they need for success not only in sports, but actually in life as well.
Dana J, Fox 35 News.
All right, this is so cool. Joining us right now is Sterling Bates. He's a co-founder and chief technology officer of The Right Profile, and it's great to have you with us this morning. Thanks for being here.
So much for being here with us this morning.
So I love what you talked about how much of this really is mental. Athletes have to have a good mental game, don't they?
Absolutely. That's really key. And you can talk to that to all of the top sports professionals. They're all very clear that you can develop the physical, but you've got to have the mental.
Speaking of that, let's get right to the results, because we all took this test, by the way. So who are we, really?
Really? All right. So each of you actually came up with a different result.
Right.
First of all, you came up with the ICE results.
Which made me a little nervous. I was like, gosh, what does that mean?
So this is good. So it's good. So what we've broken it all down into 8 athlete types. So think of these as the 8 ways to be successful. So the ICE is the methodical athlete. It's all about setting goals and working really hard towards them. Okay. It's all about taking your previous limits and surpassing them. So it has this kind of like keep making steps forward and you can reach any goal kind of feel.
You know what's interesting is I look at this on the screen, because I do know Amy, and I look at the put pressure on self. That's very true, because we're always wanting to do the best we can all the time, right?
Yes,
so that absolutely is
fascinating.
True. Okay. All right. What about me?
About you? Now, you're the trailblazer athlete type.
Okay.
All right? So therefore, you can see there you got the spirited athlete. So it's energizing, empathetic, trend-setting. It's all about being kind of a love of life and a joy of having a great time and being able to really experience and have a great time. But because of all this love of all the things around you, that can sometimes result into being distracted or being easily making too many changes.
Okay, so Danielle was a Star Track athlete. She actually got a track scholarship to college. I was the captain of the swim team. Does that fit sort of? How does that fit into our profile?
She has more of a team sport. I have more of an individual sport.
Right. So now it turns out that all athlete types can be successful in both team and or individual sports, but how you approach it will be very different.
Interesting.
Right. So some athletes are really dependent on that team part of it. So even if they're in a solo sport, then their support network is super critical to their success. And for other people, people, they're almost more like they're self-contained, and so therefore you can see them be very successful without as much interaction from the team. In our research, that's one of the few places that you see a really strong trend. Across the athlete types, we see famous quarterbacks among all 8 athlete types. But you don't see that with kickers.
No, why not?
Well, what we find is that with kickers, that more extroverted kickers don't seem to do as well as introverted kickers. So therefore, if you want to be successful, people always say, oh, you have to be extroverted. Nope, not true if you want to be a famous kicker. You want to be more introverted.
Interesting. So, Sterling, if people at home would like to take the test, because one of the things I like about the test is that at the end, it shows you even what other careers you might be good at. If you're somebody who's maybe stuck in a place you don't want to be, how can people at home take the test?
So it's available anywhere you can get online. So AthleteTypes.com is the website. You can go there. We offer it for free. So therefore, there's a lot of high school students and college students that don't have a lot of money.
Sure.
And so therefore, we offer it complete free. So we have a paid system and a free system, but anyone can go on and take it for free, get their athlete type, and get some of the samples of all these results.
I love it.
Thank you so much. It fit us to a T, I think.
It was fun. It was
pleasure
good
to meet you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Sterling, great to
All
have
right,
you.
and Jamie took the test too. He is a